hard to even to describe because I mean it was amazing. It was
It,
amazing. I've never seen anything like it. I don't think we ever will. I haven't even seen anyone in years to come close to running like he ran.
let's be honest with ourselves, not the strongest team in the league, but what are you seeing from the Cowboys right now that's really impressed you?
Well, right now, considering that they plan on the road, um, they are doing exactly what they need to do. It's starting to throw the ball entirely too much again. Um, they need to start developing the run game and making sure that we're well balanced, especially against a team that we should be beating. And instead of trying to throw the ball all over the football field, we should be establishing Tony Pollard as well as Dowdle and continuing to build upon the things that we did last week. If we're not doing that, then we're regressing, and we think that we can turn it on at any point in time against anybody, and that just cannot happen. If you
Yep.
don't establish that you can do these things and do these things consistently, then everything else is a mute point. But beyond the Cowboys and what they're doing right now, they're looking pretty good.
So I want to ask you this, kind of flipping the script a little bit or flipping sides. So obviously Bryce Young, first overall pick, went to Bama, all this hype, all this stuff, and obviously it's not turning out the way they had hoped for. Obviously it's Carolina Panthers. They need more than just a quarterback, but you look at CJ Stroud in Houston and what he's doing with the pieces he has, and he's tearing it up. Do you think that the Panthers have some type of remorse and some type of regret that they didn't draft CJ Stroud? And does Bryce Young deserve all this hate too that he's getting?
Here's the thing. Everybody wants to second guess a decision that they make. No one knows how these players are going to actually turn out until they get on the football field and play. And you're right. The Panthers may need more, and the Panthers may be trying to do more. They run the ball very well. So why are they trying to throw the ball with Bryce Young instead of allowing the running game, the position that they want to discount, that say is losing its value, so this young quarterback have a chance to grow and develop himself into what they expect him to be. But you keep throwing him back there and let him trying to throw the ball all over the football field, like I just talked about with the Cowboys, without having a running game established, which they've already established they can run the ball. But these jokers are trying to just turn him into something that he's not right now. He's not ready for this yet. Even with Strauss down there in Houston, yes, he's throwing the ball. Yes, he's effective. Um, maybe his cerebral may be a lot further along than Bryce Young, and maybe they got better weapons. Maybe they got a better system. People don't look at things like this that these players are playing in because systems also impact how a player develops and how he grows into the system and become the well-rounded player that he needs to be. And so I I mean I just think a lot of the second guessing and the judging is hypocritical. And I think people oftentimes want to point the finger to something else outside of the mistakes that they're making in their assessment of the individuals. And we're so quick to pass the buck instead of taking on the responsibility ourselves in terms of what we have in the decisions that we're making and the choices that we're making and the comments that we're making towards the individuals.
Most definitely, my man. I definitely agree with that. And so it's only been what, half a year? So this man has so much more developing to do. And obviously, he did amazing things at Bama. So
And Carolina needs a lot more.
100%.
I mean, period. That's why
Yep.
they traded Christian McCaffrey away to
Yep.
try and get more. And so now with Stroud, there we go, run the rock, picking up 8. And this is what we should be doing.
Yeah.
Establishing the run game against a team like this and having the balance, show that we can control the clock and we can score somewhat at will because we have the capabilities of doing that. But we are establishing a toughness, a mental toughness, and establishing an expectation and sending out a message that we can do it and we can do it this way and we can do it that way.
I mean, it's a perfect game too, honestly, man. I mean, the Panthers. Let's just be honest with ourselves. I said it before. They're not the strongest team. So if you're trying to send a message right now that you can both run the rock and go through the air, I mean, this is the contest to do it. So, obviously, guys, Emmitt's here. We're trying to make the most of his time, so we're just gonna roll with the fans right now. First up, Russ. Russ, take it away.
Hey, Emmett, how are you?
Good, Russ. How are you?
I'm doing awesome. Listen, I was the lucky winner of these beauties right here. I don't know if you can see them, but those are your game used cleats right there.
Okay. Okay.
So,
Congratulations.
well, thank you. Thank you. I just wanted to be the one to tell you that, on the behalf of us fans, we're so thankful that, you put items like this up for auction so that we can, bid on them and admire them and cherish them for, forever from now on. So thank you so much for that.
No, you're very welcome. I'm glad that you got them. Because Russ, I believe they're better off in your hands than mine because I'm not going to look at them as much.
Yeah, well, I love looking at them. Trust me.
See, you got a great conversational piece when your friends come over. I see your back room back there. You got
Yeah,
your wall of Cowboys and wall of this and that, and you got things to talk about, and that's a cool factor.
it is. I appreciate everything that you had at one time. So
Yeah.
listen, my question for today is, do you follow the Cardinals as closely as you do the Cowboys?
No, I do not. No, I do not. Not that I mean, if the Cardinals are playing the Cowboys, and if the Cardinals happen to be, and the boys are done, and I happen to pick up and catch a Cardinal games, then I might
Mhm.
watch it. I might watch it for certain reasons. One, Kyler Murray. He's from the
Right.
Dallas area. Um, Mike Wilson, who played at Stanford, to see how he's doing.
Hmm.
There's certain players that I probably be looking for.
Gotcha. Well, hey, listen, E, I don't want to take up too much of your time because I know there's a lot of other people wanting to get on here, but I want to tell you that it's always a great pleasure to get to catch up with you and just, have a great rest of your Sunday.
Well, thank you, Pro.
All right. Have a good one.
I can't get for some reason. I can't even get a Fox game right now.
Hey, I struggled to get mine too. I had to go through my apps, my Direct TV app, in order to get it, and and see that they running trick plays. They
Panthers or the
run
Cowboys?
yeah, the Cowboys are running bull jump plays. They tried this doggone double fake reverse with Pollard pitching, faking the pitch, and they lost crazy amount of yards doing it. Stay downhill. Now is not the time. This is where I think offensive coordinators of today get beside themselves. And this is what I mean by them trying to run just plays, running plays, just to be running plays. There's no need to run that play right now when you just got the ball back from the Panthers. And Tony Pollard picked up 7 yards on the first carry. We get a first down, and now all of a sudden we in the red zone, and you trying to do all this stupid stuff. It's 3rd and 19.
But it's
Third
the
and
Pan.
19.
It's the Panthers too. This isn't the Eagles. This isn't the 49ers. It's a one win. I mean, what are they? One in whatever, 9, 8, 7. I don't even know, man. It's a one-win team. One-win team, and they're doing this stuff. I mean, that's got to be frustrating as a fan and a player. As a player, it has to be frustrating. If you're Tony Pollard or even CeeDee Lamb or something, you got to be pissed off a little bit.
I am for
Doing?
sure.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I am for sure. I mean, I'm just watching wasted plays. I mean, and those plays and those formations was never set up in the first part of the game. You didn't even run the ball to set that up, that little fake thing. You didn't even do nothing out of that formation. And they know something is coming because you haven't even established you can do anything out of that formation. So this is what I'm trying to educate the fan on. When you see stuff like that, and they never ran the ball out of that formation, these boys on the opposite side they ain't stupid. They study tape too, and that's a formation that we haven't seen. God knows, I don't even know if I've ever seen it. It was a wildcat look. It was a
Oh,
wildcat look, man. Come on, man.
Wildcat in the first quarter or second quarter. I don't know where they're at right now against a one-win Panthers team. What are we doing? All right, we're just gonna give our roll with the fans. Obviously, guys, Emmitt's involved in this game. Absolutely love the energy right now. Mario, take it away.
How y'all doing, family?
Hi, Emmitt.
Everybody's
How are
good,
you?
man.
Hey, y'all gotta forgive my voice. I've been out here in Vegas since Thursday watching the Formula One.
Oh,
And
jeez.
last night we was hanging out trying to wait on Future to come on stage. And he at 2:00 he wasn't even nowhere near in the building.
Really?
So I just I left
That's a
and had
late
to come
night.
back and give me some rest.
That's a late night.
Well,
It's a late night, early morning, but it's okay.
My man, right on. So I have a question for you. It's always good to see you. And like I said, I'll get off and listen to you. But so right up, you walked right into my question. I was just saying to my boys and my wife that when they do those trick plays against a one and whatever team that they're supposed to kill. Is there any truth to them putting something on tape? I've always heard that saying. You've been in a million huddles. Is there a truth to say, let's just put something on tape for bigger games?
Yeah, I agree.
Right.
There's some truth to that. And so my point is they show the Wildcat offense, right? They show the Wildcat offense, but yet they did not run the ball out of the Wildcat. And they established that they try to do some trick play just to get it on tape. But if you show them that you could run the rock out of the Wildcat, now you're establishing that you could do these other things out of the Wildcat.
Yeah.
They just lined up in the Wildcat.
Right.
And then try to run a little sweet double reverse fake pitch something and lost like 9 yards.
Right.
And the worst part about it for me, it's like the second or third series and they're driving into the red zone.
Right.
So why waste a play like that right now? Why
Don't
not
get
run
fancy,
that play?
right.
Why not run that play in the second quarter, or third quarter? I prefer to see it in the third quarter when you establish all these other things that you can do.
Right. Don't get fancy. I understand.
Don't get fancy too early. Take advantage of every possession that you have and build up off of the things that are working. Like you ran the ball off tackle left to Tony Pollard. He picked up 7 yards. Run that play again.
Right.
And see if he picks up another 7 yards.
Sure. Run until you see if they stop it. Right.
Yeah.
I got
Do that.
Listen,
and don't just settle for field goals, and don't just settle for field goals when you're in the red zone. Don't be wasting plays. We need points.
I hear you. Listen, it was great talking to you. You look terrific. Get well. We'll talk to you soon. All right, peace.
All right, bro. Y'all be good.
Emmitt, we talk about coaching. I do have this one question for you. I don't want to steal anyone's fans' question, so if I do with this one, sorry, guys. I really do apologize for that one. But today, Jerry Jones announced that Jimmy Johnson's going to the Ring of Honor. I'm not questioning Jerry's, mentality or anything like that. This is long overdue, though, is it not?
Yes, it is. It is. But regardless of how long it's overdue, it's happening.
Yes.
Again, we want to go to how long it's been overdue versus celebrate it's happening. Yes. And it's going to happen this year. And so now we want to point out all these other things around the celebratory moment. And here's the lesson in this. If you heard what Jerry and Jimmy talked about, they never really argued about anything. Everyone else created this think around the lack thereof. Now, there may have been a certain disagreement, and as you heard Jimmy say, I saw it on Fox today, Jimmy said, we always talk. Now, later on, and later in the relationship, we just stopped talking. Now, for whatever reason, and as Jerry would tell you, some of it could have been his fault, some of it could have been Jimmy's fault, whatever it was, but they never really stopped disliking each other. And that's the thing. And Jerry said it like this: this is a lesson that we all can learn. Communication becomes very important in every relationship. And so to me, I'm not worrying about how long it has taken. Yep. I'm glad that it's taking place. And I think time heals all kinds of wounds, if there are wounds to be healed. And I'm just happy for Jimmy, and I look forward to December the 30th when he goes into the ring against the Detroit Lions, and I'll be there.
I was gonna say, I assume you're gonna be there, my man. I assume you're gonna be there. All
God's
right.
willing, God's willing, I'll be there.
All right, perfect. Obviously, we're just keep on rolling with the fans. Hayden, take it away.
Sorry, guys, I'm just driving to work. You can see me there, Wahini, beautiful. 5:30 in the morning here, so it's kind of dark too. Just a question that's been on my mind for a while, Emmitt. How does the no income tax work in Texas? And how does that link to the team? And also, my theory is if you play for Dallas, you're always going to be more famous than everyone else in the league. So you're always going to be able to make more money elsewhere. So how does that play into people arguing over contracts? Can't the team say, look, you're playing for Dallas, you're going to make extra money here, so take some money off your contract there, buddy? Something like that?
You know what? It's funny that you asked that question because yes, there's a combination of all that can happen. Here's what happened with Jerry Jones and Prime when Jerry signed Dion. Jerry utilized the star as a marketing tool for Prime to make extra money, in my opinion, to make up for what he couldn't get in the contract because of cap salary issues and all those kind of things. By creating endorsement opportunities with Pepsi and Pizza Hut and all those kind of things, it established that Dion obviously could make marketing dollars from marketable individuals. And the excitement of him coming in as the Dallas Cowboys created that space. So yes, there are things that players benefit from by being associated with the Cowboys or an organization that is recognizable not only on a national basis but also on an international basis that other teams just cannot offer.
Hey, Hayden was driving. It was too much noise. I absolutely love the question, though. Hayden, we really do appreciate you coming back on. Please get to work safely. I absolutely love the dedication. He's driving 5 in the morning. Please get home or please get to work safely. We really do appreciate it and enjoy the rest of the event. All right. Obviously, we're going to keep on rolling with the fans right now. Lou, take it away.
Doing great, man. I'm really happy to say I won your locker room nameplate.
Did you?
Yeah, so pretty excited about that. Got a perfect spot for it. And I keep saying if that thing could talk, just thinking about it
Oh,
sitting above your locker for all those years.
imagine the ears on that thing.
For sure. So with that being said, what was the most shocking and outrageous locker room experience you've had?
For me, as a rookie, coming into the locker room and seeing a couple players in there sitting there smoking a cigarette
Oh, wow.
before a game.
Yeah, I seen an old picture of Bob Lilly. He used to smoke cigars before the games, and they drink beer and everything else. That seems outrageous when you look at the rules and regulations these days, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, some guys used to drink beer before a game. I mean, when I was in college, I had teammates that would drink a case of beer before they go play.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's past crazy. Now, beer is full of carbs. So maybe they were trying to hydrate themselves. I don't know what they were trying to do.
Hey, maybe they were out of Gatorade, huh?
But
Well, great to see you. You have a great Thanksgiving, and I want to thank everybody at Notable Live. I'm very thankful for the app and the experiences it's brought me and the memorabilia and the opportunity to get to know you over the last couple years. So happy Thanksgiving to everybody. I'm very thankful.
thank you. Same to you,
I
man.
did see this commercial this week on Amazon or Fox or wherever it was, but the Barry Sanders documentary is coming out. I know a lot of people are pumped up for that, and I know that you're in it. And I do have 2 questions for you. Once I saw it, I kind of, flickered in my head a little bit. Since the Barry Sanders documentary is coming out, where were you when you heard the news that he was retiring? Because I knew he sent a fax. And what was it, or what is the one skill set that set him above everyone else? I know there's a lot of things that was great about him, but what in your mind was the best thing about Barry's game?
I think the best thing about Barry's game was his elusiveness, his ability to stop and get back to full speed and his agility to stop and go different directions at any point in time on the football field. I mean, his ability, his hips and and foot placement, and I mean, it's hard to even to describe because I mean, it was amazing. It was amazing. I've never seen anything like it. I don't think we ever will. I haven't even seen anyone in years to come close to running like he ran. Um, it was just amazing to watch.
What was kind of your reaction when you heard he was retiring? Because I feel like
I
everyone
was
was just
shocked.
shocked.
I
Yeah.
was completely shocked. I mean, um, but people got to understand this. I mean, some players come in with goals. I came in with my goals. I don't know what his goal was. And I had, not to say that he did not have a love for the game. I had a love for the game and a passion for the game and a passion for establishing my own legacy and how that would be. Um, I was always a goal-oriented individual ever since my high school coach taught us to write down our goals. And so to me, I've always shot after who I thought was the best and sought after the best to compete against the best so I can actually become one of the best. That's the way I looked at it. And so for some folks, their goals may be different than mine. And for Barry, I think he let him tell you he probably had enough of football, and he probably would never wanted to do anything beyond what he wanted to do. Because if he wanted to chase after Peyton, he could have, and he would have if he wanted to. He didn't want those things, and so his personal happiness is more important than anyone else's disappointment in him return. I mean, at the end of the day, I celebrate him no matter what because of his what he was able to do and how great he was as a football player. I appreciated his talent more so than anything else, and I also appreciate his decision to know when to say no.
It honestly, man, it was. I don't know. I don't know what streaming service said. I think it's Amazon, but it comes out Tuesday, so we're definitely going to be watching that. I assume you're going to be watching it at some point. I don't know if you got a preview of it or anything like that, but it's crazy, man. But when's your documentary coming out? What are we doing here? Let's get on top of this. Let's get the production team out to Dallas. Let's get the interview subject set up. Come on now.
Hey, I don't know when my documentary coming out.
I'll get on top of that. I'll talk to Amazon. I'll talk to Peacock, someone. But hey, we're just keep on rolling with the fans, guys. Ronnie, take it away.
Hey, Emmitt, how you doing?
What's up, Ronnie?
Me and my son met you about a month ago in Nashville.
Yeah, I was up there.
Yeah,
I was up there twice. I did a show up there in Nashville, right outside of Nashville, and I was up there in Nashville for something else on business or something.
Yeah, we met you, and I got this helmet here autographed by you. I also won this jersey.
Okay, you got Arizona Cardinals jersey.
Yeah, I got one that you played against the Cowboys.
Okay.
That's the only reason I got it, because you did play against the Cowboys. It is the only one I assume there is, so I sure appreciate.
Oh yeah, that's the only one.
I sure appreciate
the only one.
How far do you think the Cowboys going to go this year?
You know, I really think that we have the potential to go deep into the playoff because only if we do certain things, like I was talking to Jesse earlier, if we don't get so past happy and establish that we can control the line of scrimmage no matter who we playing against, running the football builds a level of toughness in every football team. Our defense is pretty tough as it is in terms of stopping the run and playing pass defense. We offensively have to prove to the entire National Football League that we can run the football and run the football effectively. See, we just try to run the ball. The guy got thrown off right into the running back, and we end up with a loss.
Yes.
I mean, so that is what we should be working on right now against a team like the Panthers, against a team like the Giants. We need to start developing that. And it's hard to do in practice because you don't really bang on each other like this in practice. So you have to do it in the game and be committed to doing it in the game.
When you do that, you put so much pressure on your quarterback to throw the ball around so much and not establishing that run game.
Exactly. Now we had to throw the ball 3rd and 10. It's
Dicks and everything, just throwing an incomplete pass on 1st down.
exactly. Not a stat. We didn't create the down and distance scenario that we should. And every team wants to get at least 3 to 4 yards per down.
Yep.
I remember the time you jumped in the kettle on Thanksgiving.
Who, me?
Yeah.
No, I never did that.
Well, who was? I remember the kettle.
Yeah, that was Zeke.
Oh, Zeke, that's right. Yes.
Yeah, that was Zeke. That was me.
Okay. One other question I've got. Years ago, my family had a store down in Pensacola.
Yes.
And I went to it. It's like the early 80s or late 80s.
No, mid-90s.
Yeah, I remember going to that store.
Okay, my parents ran that store.
I thought so. I thought they did, and I went there and bought a few things back about 89 or 90.
Okay.
It was a pretty cool store. I liked it.
Thank you. It was called Emmitt.
Oh.
Yeah, had a little football field on the ground and everything.
Yeah, that was neat. So neat. This store was.
Thank you, guys.
Obviously, he's a big fan of Emmitt. Bought a couple of things. Went to the store in Pensacola. Really appreciate it. But we're gonna roll with a couple more fans, and then we're gonna wrap this thing up. So if you keep it quick, folks. Dana, you're up next.
I miss you, and I miss the Notable Live family. Hello to Jesse as well. So how you been? Hope you've been well.
I've been well.
Good. So, I know we have a lot of frustration in the red zone, but I guess my question is, should we put Dak in the MVP conversation, or is it too early to put him in?
I don't think we could put him in the conversation, but his chances of winning it is almost slim. I think there are other players out there that are having, a successful year. Even if you are in the category and you are having a good year, Patrick Mahomes is probably going to be the lead candidate regardless. And I think, and I think it's probably there's a lot of bias there, but he's earned the right. And the Chiefs are winning a lot of games, and so are the Cowboys. But Jalen Hurts and the Eagles are flying high. And so I think that MVP category right now is a little is limited in terms of what players are doing. And so, but I think when you start thinking about the top 3 quarterbacks right now in the National Football League, you definitely got to start with Patrick Mahomes, and you got to look at Jalen Hurts. And Tua is not having a bad season either.
True. But Dak's numbers, I mean, he's first in a lot of things and second in a lot of things. So, I mean, I agree with
But
Micah.
the team got to continue to win.
The team has to win.
Yes.
Okay. Well, happy Thanksgiving to you and Jesse. And hopefully I'll be able to log on again before the season's out.
All right. Happy Thanksgiving. Well.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dana. Really appreciate it. We're going to roll with our last fan right now. Passion, JP Passion, 923. Take it away.
What's up?
How you doing?
I'm good, brother. How are you?
Good. Hey, so now that you're selling your memorabilia, which obviously all of us fans are happy about, did you ever consider doing something else with it first? Like maybe making your own, like a museum that fans could go to, or
not
donating it somewhere?
Not really.
Okay.
Not really. This has always been my way. I mean, I can keep certain items, and those certain items, like stuff is in the Hall of Fame right now.
Yeah.
And I got some stuff probably at my high school. But no, I think this is what I've always envisioned is having fans get a piece of this and holding on to it because you guys cherish it a lot more.
Yeah. Well, it's definitely meaningful to interact with you and have a little piece of your collection because you've meant a lot to a lot of us. So thank you.
Thank you.
Say hi.
Hey, Emmitt.
What's up, little man? Happy Sunday. You guys be good.
All right. Thanks, Emmitt. God bless.
Thank you. You too.
Was it as big as, I'm not trying to get anyone in trouble either if you're there out on business or anything like that, but was it as big as a cluster as everyone's hyping it up to be on Friday and Saturday?
No, it wasn't as big of a cluster, man. Not in my opinion.
Okay. Did you appreciate the race too? Were you able to watch any of it? Or, I mean,
Yes.
because obviously,
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I was able to watch the race. I didn't realize that they only drove 52 laps.
Huge course, I guess. I'm not a big F1 fan, but that's what I'm hearing is it's a big course. So
Well, 52 laps, man. I mean,
that goes quick.
I'm so used to Xfinity running 200 laps and NASCAR running 300 laps. 52 laps.
Hey, if you're not looking for your favorite driver, you're gonna miss him right there. Did you like being on the strip? I mean, was it worth the hype? That's what I should be saying. Was everything worth the hype on that?
Well, in my personal opinion, to see the cars fly down there doing 100 or 200 some miles an hour, that was pretty freaking awesome. But they should have had more cameras around showing the entire race so you could see the entire field versus just seeing, now they're gone. Now you got to wait another minute and a half before they come back. You know, it's that kind of thing.
Like I said, you gotta. If you miss your favorite driver, yeah, you're waiting for a while. All right, obviously that was an amazing time.